What's up, guys? David here, and we have EGL playoffs finally after 60 million years. We're against Mora, and the team we brought with us this week, well, I guess, yeah, this week, was an expert belt Spadef or Romatis with Gyro Ball, Moonblast, Wish Protect. Yep, Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball almost guarantee Oko's Timid Mega Gardevoir, and it almost guarantee Oko's Modest Gardevoir after rocks. So I have our fancy little Wisp, a dual status Rotom with Toxic and Will-O-Wisp, Adamant Lopunny with Fake Out, Frustration, High Jump Kick, and Healing Wish to bring the Rotom back, because I completely expected him to bring Talonflame and Tornadus again, because he brought up the other two games. Seismitoad is mixed defenses with Rocks, Toxic, and Refresh, as well as Scald. We have Superior with Leaf Storm, Leech Seed, Substitute, and Hidden Power Rock for Talonflame. It's carrying the Lepa Berry in case I run out of Leaf Storms. Yeah, I didn't need any other item, so I decided Lepa Berry was the best option. And finally, we have a Choice Scarf Nidoqueen with T-Spikes. And yeah, let's get started. Playoffs, baby. He's going to lead with Chris Kyle, American Sniper. I'm going to lead with Lopunny. I decided to just play it safe, completely expecting Rocky Helmet Donphan. In comes the Donphan, of course. I go for the Fake Out. I get a crit on the Fake Out, and it's Rocky Helmet, and shocking. So, what do I go? I go into my Superior as he sets up rocks. I go for a Substitute on his switch. I want to see if his Miltank is Sap Sipper. Him going to Miltank tells me it's Sap Sipper. I was not expecting the Miltank because he didn't bring it both weeks before. I just go for a Hidden Power, scout the damage. I see that I'm faster. He goes for an Ice Punch. I decide now's as good a time as I need to go to my Seismitoad. Now, with not wanting to, I just want to test the waters. I knew I lived any hit, and I see that he's Focus Energy. And this is terrifying. Kritra is super scary. So I Toxic him, and I decide to make the double. I decide not to make a double. I switch over into a Aromatisse, predicting Draco. It was a 50-50 there. I have an immunity to his Hydro Pump, and I have an immunity to his Draco Meteor. So RuPaul gets to come in, and I'm going to protect again to get some more toxic damage and to wear out some more PP. He goes for a Scald, good on him. I think I go for a Wish here. Yes, I do. And I'm going to pass it off into my Rotom as he reveals that he has Toxic on his Talonflame. I have no idea what kind of Talonflame this is. I can only assume that it's bulky or choiced. So I'm just going to go for my own Toxic, I believe. Yeah. And this is now Toxic. It is now dealt with. I can now easily go into my Seismitoad or my Superior. I choose my Seismitoad as he goes into Kingdra, I guess expecting the overheat. I know I could live any hit unless he's Focus Energy, so I'm just going to stay in and set up my rocks. And so I know I could freely stay in and click Scald as he goes into his Milotic. I thankfully get the Scald burn. Not that it matters too much, but I just really needed chip damage. I know he can't really do anything to me unless he has HP Grass, so I go into Aromatisse to scout. He ends up just recovering, and I decide to take this time to toss up a Wish. In comes the Gardevoir, traces Aroma Veil, whatever, it's a Mega Gardevoir. He wasn't expecting Gyro Ball. Nobody expects the Gyro Ball. He goes for a Hyper Voice, I fire off a Gyro Ball, and I get absolute minimum roll with his HP invested Gardevoir. It's a 48 HP Gardevoir, so, but thankfully Moonblast is able to clean that up, but Aromatisse is so much lower than I wanted it to be. I go for a Protect to sort of burn some more toxic turns, and I really feel like I need to keep this in case to deny Draco spam. So I go into Serperior basically as a sack because it's not going to do anything in this game. I go for a double, go into my Lopunny, expecting the Miltank to come in. Miltank does indeed come in, and I know that I can go for either a Fake Out or a Drain Punch. I go for a Fake Out. I'm not sure why exactly. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention earlier in the match, and I thought the Miltank might have been scarfed. Yeah, I'm bad. It's okay. So, here he goes into his Melodic. I have to assume it is Marvel Scale and that I can't kill it anyway, and I wouldn't be able to kill it from 76 regardless. So I get to sack my Serperior here, I believe. Yeah, he fires off an Ice Beam. I was 100% just sacking it off. I didn't need it anymore at this point. So I get to go into my Lopunny. I get to click Fake Out here as he goes into his Miltank. And then I fire off a beautiful Frustration. What does he go into? He goes into his Talonflame. I'm just going to double. I'm going to go into my Aromatisse, sack it off. I don't need any more. Everything on his team is currently in range for a Scarf Nidoqueen. So Nidoqueen gets to come in. 38% for the Milotic. Oh, I'm packing T-Bolt, yeah. So Scarf Nidoqueen comes in, clicks T-Bolt, take out the Melodic. Kingdra is not living a T-Bolt from this range, and Talonflame is at 1%, so even if he somehow crits the Brave Bird, he's dying. So all in all, a really good game, and I think the previous 2 rounds against Moro really helped me figure out his playstyle. So I'm thankful that I got to play him 3 times. He's one of the better battlers in EGL, probably the best, at least on our side of the division. Next up for the semifinals, we are against Ryan and the DC Diglets, otherwise known as Aravar or whatever. We completely dumpstered him last time, so I'm hoping to repeat the process. Yeah, that's about everything. That match will be out when it's out, probably a week from now. Sorry for the delay in playoffs. Aravar versus Andres literally took 3 weeks to happen because of scheduling and things, and so that got out of the way. So now things should proceed as normal, and the finals should be done before Sun and Moon come out. So in 3 weeks time I will be crowned EGL champion, and everybody will love me, and it will be wonderful, and I can only hope that that is actually the case. Alright, peace out guys.